Yes, thank you, Aaron. Hold on, let me add my screen. Okay. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Is it all clear? I hope it's clear. If you can see, please type like one or clear, yeah, anything in the chat box there, so that I can see your response. Okay. All right. So without further ado, last week we have been learning about chapter 4, reproduction, part 1, where we learn about menstruation, asexual, asexual and sexual reproduction, internal fertilization, and external fertilization. If you missed out our first session, you may go to our YouTube channel and you can check it out because we already upload. Yeah, it's already uploaded there. Okay, so no worries. All right. So today we'll be learning about chapter 4, part 2. Hold on. Okay, chapter 4, part 2. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so first, I would like to ask you guys to help scan this QR code so that you guys can get the handout for our lesson today. Okay, and Kenley will be sending the link to the comment section so that you can check it out too. Okay, so I give you guys like 3 seconds. No, 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. All right. So let's begin with fertilization and pregnancy. So the very first thing is that how fertilization occurs. Okay, I think we discussed about this topic last week, which is when a sperm meets and fuses with an ovum to form a zygote. Because as we all know, we human are same as mammals animals, which are sexual reproduction, where we need both parents, male and female, male gamete and female gamete. So sperm will be the male gamete and female gamete will be ovum. So they fuse together and they become the zygote. So after that, the zygote will become embryo will become fetus. So we will discuss about this in details later, okay? So as you can see down here below, you can see we got zygote, and then we turn into embryo, then fetus, then a baby. Okay, so where does this occur? Where does this whole process occur, this fertilization? So it is happening in the female reproductive system. Okay, so we'll see in details later. All right, so this is one of the important factors that you need to consider, which is when pregnancy happens, menstruation actually stops to prevent until pregnancy is over. This because menstruation, it is like a process to discharge the ovum, right, and all the like blood vessels in the uterine lining. So like when pregnancy happens, the uterine lining will not will not be discharged. Instead, it will continue to grow, to act as a womb for the mother. Okay, so let's see in details. All right, so we have the first image here. Okay, so here is our ovary. This in a female reproductive system. Okay, for information. So this fertilization to be more accurate, is actually happening in the fallopian tube. Here's the fallopian tube. This tube. Can you see this? Yep. So this ovary, it will release ovum. Look at this ovum, and then we will see this sperm. This sperm is swimming, coming from the male, your father, and then the sperm swim over cervix into the vagina, uterus, and then coming into the fallopian tube and meet with the ovum. So this is when fertilization occurs. Okay, next, when sperm and ovum they fuses together, it will become zygote. So this is the very first process. Okay, very first process, and then they will divide into 2, divide into 4, and divide into 8, and then became the embryo. And then later they will move into the uterus lining. Look at this uterus lining here, uterine lining, and they will implant there. What is this function? What is the main factor of this process? It is to actually provide nutrients for the embryo, to grow and to become a baby eventually. Okay, so let's see in detail. So for the very first month, we actually have teal. Yeah, this is like a fun fact. We actually have teal here. But then after the second month, at the end of the second month, we turn into fetus. Okay, we start to become fetus. Later, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, continue to grow. 7, 8, 9, and then we are a baby, okay, after we born. Okay, so this is the simplified image of the whole process. Okay, so now let's look into details. What are the functions of this placenta and umbilical cord? Okay, so you can see. Okay, first let's go with placenta first. Okay, so for your information, this placenta is actually the uterine lining. Yeah. So now you see it becomes thickened and it protects the baby here. Okay, so what is this function of the placenta? First, it is a place where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide and supply of nutrients occur. So this is the place where the mother supplies the nutrients, oxygen, and everything to the baby. Because the baby can't like the baby have to rely all these supplements from the mother, because you see it is enclosed here. So there is nowhere this baby can get oxygen from the air. Okay. All right. So next we'll proceed with umbilical cord. Okay. So umbilical cord is like a cord which connect the baby with the placenta. Okay. So what is the function of this? There are blood vessels inside which transport blood to and from the fetus, because as for your information, the nutrients like oxygen and like carbon dioxide, they are transferred through blood. Yeah, so it's like transfer through blood, not like our usual, how we breathe and how we eat. It's not that case for a baby. Okay, not that case for our fetus. Okay, and then third, we got this uterine wall. Okay, this uterine wall, like the previous slide. So the uterine wall, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so we have the uterine wall here, which consists of muscular wall, and it's a place where embryo is implanted and developed. Okay. And then next we got this amniotic fluid, which is a fluid. The baby inside here, right? It is protected, is surrounded with fluid, like a swimming pool like that lah. So what is this function of this fluid? It is actually to act as a cushion to help absorb all the injuries and like those shock from outside, to protect the baby. Okay, so we got fetus here. Sorry, it's not baby, it's fetus. Sorry, please forgive me. Okay, all right. So we got amnion here also, the red color one, the red line here. Okay, it's a membrane that forms a sac that contains fluid. Yeah, so it's like preventing the fluid from flowing out. Okay. Okay, next. So far, so good. Okay. All right. So next, we proceed with factors that are affecting the development of a fetus and baby. Okay. Okay. So the very first thing we have to know is what are the harmful substances to the fetus. Okay, because we as a grown-up human teenager, we also need to be careful of these kind of harmful substances, right? But for baby, they are even like they are more like fragile, you can say, because they just like they haven't even like exposed to the world. So like we have to protect them. Okay, so what are the harmful substances that are harmful to the fetus? Okay, the first thing is cigarette might be the mother who is smoking. So this can what are the effects? So here we are. The baby may have low birth weight, so it's like very underweight like that. Okay, and the baby may have higher mortality rate, which means it is more higher chance to death, and it may become retarded and have physical disabilities, and the baby may born premature. That means before 9 months the baby is born. Okay, and then we got miscarriage of fetus may happen. That means the baby died inside the mother's womb. Okay, so these are the very important effects from cigarette. And next you got alcoholic drink, which is like alcohol and like beer. Okay, so the baby may have born with fetal alcohol syndrome. It's a syndrome. And then the brain and nervous system may be damaged. So this is like a more important factor you have to know. Yeah, so it will damage the brain. Drinking alcohol. It's just same like human, just same like adult lah. We all drink, then we will get drunk, right? So like baby, it will damage their nervous system. Okay, so the third one we got drugs. drugs which may bring harm to the fetus. So okay. All right. So next. Okay, next we will proceed with the causes of infertility. So first thing we have to understand, what is this word? What does this word mean? Infertility. It's the meaning that uh these parents, it can be both male or female, it can be either one, okay, which cannot be pregnant. They cannot get pregnant. Okay, so what are the factors that causing this to happen? Okay, so let's see. The first part is for the male part. Okay, let's look at this green color part. Okay, the first thing is testes cannot produce sperm. Okay, because as we all know, no sperm, that means no zygote, right? Because we need sperm and we need ovum. We need both. Okay, so the second factor is low sperm count. Like it is not enough sperm, so maybe most of the sperm die like before entering the ovum. So yeah, it decreases the chance, the probability to having to form a zygote. And then we got produces low quality sperms. For example, we got sperms like without tails, so they cannot swim. They cannot swim they cannot swim through the fallopian tube to find the ovum. Okay, and then we got important. Okay, important is like it's like they cannot ejaculate. Okay. Okay. So we got this. So moving on, we got female. For the female part, okay, the first factor is that ovaries cannot produce ovum, same as the male. Okay, without ovum, sperm cannot form zygote also. Okay, so second, we got blockage to the fallopian tubes, and we got abnormal uterus, and we got tumor in the uterus. Okay, abnormal uterus, maybe the shape is like not suitable to implant this baby, so that it cannot form well. So it's kind of like affecting the mother from getting pregnant. Okay, so what are the common similarities between male and female? It may be hormone imbalance and health problems like diabetes and defective reproductive organs or organs infected with disease. Okay, so these are the uh, similarities between male and female that causes infertility. All right, so here we are. We have the methods to overcome sterility. Yeah. Okay. So the first method, we got hormone treatment. Hormone treatment, which is suitable for individuals who have imbalanced hormone. That means, for example, this male, he got not enough testosterone. He got not enough male hormone, so that we insert this. We proceed with this treatment to increases his hormone. Okay. So the second one, we got surgery. Okay. Later we'll talk about this. Okay. We'll talk about this later in the next slide. Okay, so the third one, we got in vitro fertilization. So this is the kind of like latest technology. Okay, so this happens when a female cannot have baby, in a womb, so that we will carry out this outside of the womb. Okay, so we call it in vitro fertilization. So how this happens? Okay, the first process, okay, we need to stimulate the ovaries to produce mature egg. Okay, so we get the egg from the female first. Okay, so the second step, we taken the egg from the ovaries and fertilize with the sperm. Okay, so we take the father's sperm, we take the mother's ovum, and then we fertilize outside. Okay, like in a dish here. Okay, so it will form zygote, and then it will turn into embryo, and then the embryo will implant into the uterus, and then so it will like put this zygote back to the mother's womb. Okay, so later it will give this baby develop and grow inside the mother's womb. Okay. All right, so now let's proceed with the methods of contraception. Okay, so the methods of contraception, we got four here. For these are the more like temporary methods of contraception. Okay, that means it wouldn't cause you forever. Okay, it wouldn't makes you get. Yeah, it's just a alternative. Okay, just a temporary method. Okay, so the first one, we got contraceptive pills. okay, which is for female, okay, they ate this pill so that they can prevent ovulation, because as we all know, without ovulation there will be no release of ovum, okay, so no pregnancy can occur. Okay, so the second one we got implants. Implants is they implant a hormone, okay, a hormone like a chip like that, okay, they implant at this area to prevent the body from producing sperm, so this is for male, okay. Okay, next we got use condom. This is like a more common way, okay, which is worn over the penis to prevent before copulation, to prevent the sperm from entering the vagina during ejaculation, okay, so it's like a plastic layer like this. It protects, it prevents the sperm from just collect the sperm here, okay, so no sperm will enter the vagina. But there are also some rare or few cases that sperm may eventually enter the ovum, so the vagina, sorry. So yeah, so it is not 100% safe method also. Okay, so next we got intrauterine contraceptive device, IUCD also known as. Okay, so this device, how it works is that it is inserted inside the woman's uterus to prevent implantation. Okay, so yeah, you can see this silver thingy here. So it prevents the zygote from the embryo from implanting into this uterine wall. Okay. All right. So next we got this another two methods of contraception. So these two are like a more permanent one. Okay. Why do I say that? It's because you see, this vasectomy is for male. Okay, for male. You will cut the sperm duct and it's tied. So like once it's cut, it's very hard to like connect it back, right? So it's more like a permanent process. Okay, so why do we need to carry out this process? It is to prevent the sperms from being transported to the urethra. Okay, so we like instead of like wearing a condom or like eating pills, we just straight away cut off the supply, so no sperm will be coming out. So this is like a more permanent method. Okay, so for female we got ligation. Okay, ligation is also the same thing, same like a male. It's just that we don't cut out sperm duct because female got no sperm duct, but we got fallopian tube. So we cut the fallopian tube and we tie it both ends, okay, so that no ovum, to prevent the ovum from meeting the sperm, so that the ovum just like stuck here. Like they cannot pass through the fallopian tube, okay, and they eventually cannot implant as well. Okay, so this is both method, a more permanent method. All right. So far so good. Okay. All right. So let's proceed with the plant. Okay, plant we got a reproductive organ which is flower. So as you all know, what you see like so beautiful flower, you got yellow, red, hibiscus, all the beautiful flowers, they're actually reproductive organ for plant. Okay. So in case you don't know, this is a fun fact for you today. All right. So let's let's look at the male reproductive organ. Okay, we call it stamen, which consists of anther and filament here. So it's like this part. Okay, this anther, the round part, and the filament is like this stem. Okay, and we got pistil here, which is the female reproductive organ, which consists of stigma, style, and ovary. Okay, so we got three here. So sepal is like the green color thingy, below the plant. I believe you all know this thing. Okay, and we got petal, which is this one, the colorful one. Okay, we call it petal. All right, next we got pollination. Pollination is like it's like how how the fertilization process in plant. Okay, so that we call it as pollination. Okay, so we got two types of pollination. We got two types of pollination. Okay, we got self-pollination and we got cross-pollination. Self-pollination, that means the plant, you can see this. Okay, in this plant we got 4 flowers, right? So like the flowers, they go like pollinate themselves. Okay, so they go with this male gamete come here, this male gamete come to this another flower like that. So they self-pollination, that means happening in the single plant. So cross-pollination, that means happening between 2 plants. Okay, so here pass there. Okay, the male gamete. Okay, so what are the so in order to do this, Some plants they can do it themselves. They can pollinate. They can do this pollination by themselves. Like we got flower, like, but then not all it does not apply to all plants. Some may have to rely on pollinating agents, okay, through wind, water, insects, or animals. So these are the pollination methods, okay. So we'll see. Okay, so let's see into details. What are the process of fertilization in plant? Okay, so the pollen grain will fall in onto stigma. Okay, pollen grain is the male gamete, male gamete for the plant. Okay, it will fall onto the stigma. And then second, the pollen grain carrying male gamete grows towards the ovary. Okay, once it is fall onto the stigma, right? The stigma they will produce like some kind of like liquid, fluid. Okay, nutritious fluid. So it helps the male gamete to grow. Okay, so you can see this. It grow towards the ovary. Okay, it grows toward the ovary. So what is so important about this process is it is that it will penetrates the ovule. See, come here, penetrates the ovule and fuses with the female gamete. So like instead of like human we our sperm stream, this one is straight goes. It grows. Okay, the male gametes they grow this tube. Okay, to connect with the female gamete until fertilization process occurs. Okay, so if you see into details, look at this enlarged image. Okay. By the way, I get this image from your textbook, so you can refer to your textbooks as well. Okay, so you can see this pollen grain, right? It will extend so that it will consist of two male gametes here. Okay, and it will fertilize the ovule. For the detailed part, I think you will learn during your Form 3 or Form 5. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So you don't have to know like what are the why do they need two male gametes, but yeah, this is extra information for you lah. Okay, special for plants. Okay, so yeah, for your information, this ovary, if it gets mature, it will turn into a fruit, and this ovule inside here, the green color one, no dot here, it will becomes a seed. Okay, and then the zygote will turn into embryo. Okay, so it's the flesh of the fruit that we eat. Okay, all right. So I think that's it. Okay, before we entering our Q&A session, I will let's do some question first. Hold on, let me share another screen. Okay. Okay, next. So let's proceed with the question part, the handout. Okay, everyone got this right? Okay, so before we proceed to our handout, like doing question, let's have a like 2 minutes break. Okay, can go drink water, can go toilet break, anything. Okay, so we'll be back right after that. Okay. Okay. So I guess everyone had their break already. Okay, feeling fresh right now. So let's do some question. Okay, let's apply some knowledge that we've learned. Hey, wait. Wait. Hold on a second. I think I got the wrong slide. Yeah. Wait, I'll present here. Hold on a second. Let me present my screen. And you guys can continue to have your breakfast. Wait, let me search because I got some issue here, technical issue. Sorry. Mm, hold on, give me a second. Okay, never mind. I think we'll just proceed with this PDF first. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, never mind. We'll just proceed with this first. Okay, so let's look at this very first question. Okay, let's look at this first question. Wait, hold on. I'll try to get the slide first. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, hold on. Can you guys see this? Wait. So sorry for the technical issue here. Okay, here we are. Okay, nice. Okay, so we got sorry for the technical issue just now. Okay. All right, so let's proceed. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, so for the first question, okay, we'll be focusing on fertilization and pregnancy. Okay, so question 1, I got this from your textbook also. Okay, so you can check it out from your textbook. Okay, so this is the image of a fetus that can be seen through ultrasonic imaging. Ultrasound is considered safe for the mother and the fetus. So figure 1 shows the fetus image form after 12 weeks. Okay, 12 weeks of pregnancy. That means 3 months. Okay, that means this is already a fetus. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the question first. Okay, you guys don't panic. Okay, don't panic copying the answer first. Okay. So the first question, let's analyze the question first. Okay. Based on figure 1, the fetus is in a fluid. Okay, this fluid, what's this fluid again? Yeah, just now we just learned, right? Okay, so what is the name of this fluid? The very first question. Okay, let's see. As we all learned just now, I can't go back to that slide now. Okay, but like you all remember, right? It is actually the amniotic fluid. That just now that I mentioned that there's this fluid that protects the baby from any shocks. and injuries. Okay, so next B, we got what is the function of this fluid mentioning in 1A. Okay, it's just like what I've just said just now. Okay, that is the answer already. Okay, the function of this amniotic fluid, which is the fluid acts as a cushion to support and protect the fetus from mechanical shock or sudden shocks. Okay, so it's like support for the baby. Okay, all right, so let's proceed with C. Okay, question C. Which part connects the fetus and the mother's uterus? And how does the fetus obtain its food and oxygen? Okay, so just now that slide I already shown you guys. Okay, what are the part that provides nutrients and oxygen and carbon dioxide to the baby? Okay, so obviously it is the placenta, right? Okay, so look at this question. There is like two part. Okay, first they ask you which part connects the fetus and the mother's uterus, and then the second part is and how does the fetus obtain its food and oxygen? So to answer the very first part, it is the placenta. So how does the fetus obtain its food and oxygen? So here we are. Okay, the fetus, how you answer this question you just write back this sentence. Okay, the fetus obtains its food and oxygen from the mother's blood, yeah, through the placenta and the umbilical cord. Okay, so this is how you answer the question. Yeah, this is a keyword. These are the keyword. Okay, sorry, ignore that C. Okay, all right, so next, you guys done? You can screenshot. Okay, so you can now you just listen to my explanation, so later you can understand better when you rewrite the answer. Okay, so for D, when the features of the fetus is completely formed, a baby will be born. Okay, explain the birth process. So this is the keyword, explain. Okay, so first we have to understand this question first. When the features of the fetus is completely formed, that means the hands, the feet, everything is already formed. Eyes, everything got ready. Okay, a completely formed fetus. Okay, before it is born, it's called fetus. After it's born, it's called baby. Okay, so baby will be born. So explain the birth process. Okay, so now you have to explain. Okay, so the first thing is the fetus is formed completely after 9 months. Okay, the second part, the fetus turns until the head is engaged at the cervix. Okay, so for your information, the cervix is like entering part into the vagina. Okay, so it's like a door for the vagina, as like what I mentioned during the last lesson. Okay, cervix is like a door. So until the fetus turns its head until it's engaged with the cervix, so like it's like pointing downwards. Okay, this is the second part. The third part is the muscle of the uterine lining will contract strongly. Okay, and the amnion will burst and amniotic fluid will be released. Okay, so the uterine lining contract. Why they want to contract? Because they want to squeeze the baby out, right? And then the amnion will burst. It is like the layer that protects the amniotic fluid. It will burst. That means pecah already. Pecah, that means the amniotic fluid will be released, come out. Okay. All right. So we got the fourth one. The fetus is pushed out of the uterus through the vagina and then out of the body of the mother. The mother's body. Okay, as I say, mother's body. Okay. Got it? I hope it's all clear for you guys. If you have any question, you may ask in the comment section. Okay. Okay, so moving on, we got our question 2, which is focusing on infertility and contraception. Okay, so let's see the question. The development in science and technology has helped married couples to plan their family and overcome sterility problems. Okay, that means nowadays we got many technologies, then we can help to promote pregnancy, to help like solve the sterility problems among public right now. Okay, So explain the first question. A, explain any two temporary contraceptive methods. Okay, as what I've mentioned just now, we got four, right? We got four. But the most common one will be condom, will be contraceptive pills, and we got what? IUCD here also. And also the implants, okay? So now let's see the sample answer. A, use a condom. Okay, normally how we will answer this question, you straight away you see any two temporary contraceptive methods. Okay, straight away put condom and IUCD. Wrong, the answer is wrong, because you cannot do that. Because why? You got the keyword here, explain. Yeah, so you have to explain. Okay, so you have to say use a condom. Okay, this is like a basic. So after that you need to explain. To prevent sperm from entering the vagina during ejaculation. Okay, and then the second part is an intrauterine contraceptive device, IUCD, can also be used. Okay, comma. And then we got it is inserted inside the woman's uterus to prevent implantation. Okay. Yeah, so you need to explain this, the behind one. Okay, this one, the behind part. Just explain. Need to explain this one. Okay, so I highlighted. Okay. Okay. So the B for question B. Okay. Selling condoms openly has been said to contribute to social problems in a society. Okay. Do you agree with this statement? Give your opinion. So first you have to understand this question first. That means penjualan kondom ini telah menyebabkan banyak masalah dalam komuniti sekarang. So, apakah pendapat anda? Adakah anda setuju atau tidak? So, it can be both yes or no, because there is no right or wrong. It is all about your opinion, right? Okay, so I will give you a sample answer which have both answers. Okay, so we got yes and no. For the yes condition, okay, how we explain, okay, look at this. Okay, yes, why do you agree that it will contribute to social problems? It is because it may promote illicit sex among underage individuals. Okay, so this is your stand for yes. Okay, so for no, you said like no, I don't think this will contribute to social problems because condom is like a method to prevent pregnancy, right? Okay, so this is your answer. No, because kenapa? Sebab condom is needed to prevent for birth control, to prevent pregnancy. Sebab kita perlu condom untuk menghalang kehamilan. Okay, so this is your answer for no. Okay, for yes, it is that dia meningkatkan kadar sex among teenagers, among underage individuals. Okay, that's for BM explanation in case you guys need it. Okay, hope it helps. Okay, so wait, I give you guys a few seconds to screenshot this first. Okay, all right, so let's proceed with the last question. Okay, so we got the focus question here about plant reproduction. Okay, so for question 3, figure 3 shows the general structure of a flower. Okay, this figure 3, this hibiscus. Okay, so state the structure that forms the female reproductive organs. Okay, so you may say the female reproductive organ is what? Is the pistil. Okay, and the male one is another. So it is wrong. You cannot say that because it asks you to state the structure that forms. Okay, it is not asking you about the female reproductive organ or the male reproductive organ. It's asking you state and structure, the structure. Okay, so structure here is the keyword. State the structure. Okay, so state the structure. So for the female part, we got what? We got stigma, we got style, we got the ovary here, the bottom here. Okay, so for the male reproductive organ, we got anther and filament. We got anther and filament. Okay, so these are the structure lah. Okay, so B, if we go to a flower part, a lot of insects are seen flying around flowers. Okay, we got see like bees, you got see butterflies, okay, flying around flowers, right? Okay, so first question, what are the characteristics of the flowers that attract the insects? Okay, so you may be wonder like why bees and butterflies are attracted to flowers, right? So like why is it so attractive to them? Like why this flower so attractive? We we'll see like bees and butterflies revolve around those wilted flowers, like those telah gugur punya ni pertumbuhan, takkan? Sebab mereka dah tak ada warna dah. So yang penting ialah warna. So the very important factor is the color, right? Okay, so one of the factor is that have big and colorful petals. Yeah, so you've got bright petals, so people come to you. You're very beautiful flowers. Okay, cantik. Okay, and then next we got have nectar and smell. Nectar is like the sweet one, the honey part lah. This is where the bees get their honey from. Okay, it's from nectar. They have nectar and smell nice, and produce rough and sticky pollen grains. So here we got 3 answers here. You can choose either one. Okay, either one will be enough. It also depends on the marks itself. Okay, if this question got like 2 marks, then you have to put 2. Okay, if you got 1 marks, then you just give one answer. It's more than enough. Okay, so second we got how do insects help in the plant reproduction process? Okay, so the insects they don't just come to look at the flower, no. They don't just come to get the nectar like bees they don't come to get food only. They also help indirectly. They also help the plant for reproduction process, which is pollination. Okay. By the way, pollination is the spreading of pollen grains. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So how to answer this question? Okay, it is that because insects are pollinating agents. Okay, so these are the roles of the insects towards the plant, towards the flower. Okay, which helps to transfer the pollen grains from the anther. Anther is the male reproductive organ, right, to the stigma, the female reproductive organ there. Okay, so so the pollinating agents are, for example, bees their body will have those thorny thing. Okay, so it helps to like traps those nectar, helps to trap those pollen grains, and then it transfer to the stigma because it like goyang sini goyang sana masa dia makan nectar kan, so dia akan tolong lah untuk buat pollination. Okay, ataupun mereka akan pergi flower lain, flower yang sebelah kanan, sebelah kiri, so mereka tolong lah untuk pollination ni. Okay, so this is how it works. Alright, so you may screenshot this answer too, and you may refer to the video in case you don't understand. We'll repost this video in our YouTube channel, okay? Okay, so I guess that is all for the question part. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so now we got Q&A session. We are moving on with a Q&A session. So do you guys have any question? Okay, wait, let me look at the comment section. Okay, for this question, sir, kalau seseorang tu pernah Google kan? Wait, kalau seseorang tu pernah Google kan, dia boleh pregnant ke? Okay, maksud dia if this you mean I assume you refer to a female, right? That means she got miscarriage lah. That means she Google kan baby, maksud dia baby tu sudah macam tak boleh hidup kan, dah telah mati dalam badan ibu kan, so dia boleh pregnant lagi ke? Jawapan tu boleh, tapi dia depends juga. Dia nak check juga maksudnya uterus, dia punya uterus shape, maybe dia punya uterus shape ada problem, maybe dia punya, saya rasa lebih more common ways is that the uterus shape is like a bit abnormal, so it's not suitable for the growth of the fetus, so it's very hard for them to have the baby to continue grow. So ini mungkin salah satu faktor yang menyebabkan dia Google lah. Tapi maybe ada faktor lain, contohnya female ni terjatuh ke, terlanggar benda ke, so dia akan jadi gugur juga. So dia tak semestinya cakap lepas dia gugur dia takkan ada baby lagi. Boleh ada lagi. Tapi dia depends on condition dia lah. Dia punya faktor yang apa yang menjadikan dia gugur. Kalau tu low sperm count, kalau tu ovum tak sihat, tu boleh jadi faktor juga. Kalau dia pernah ada baby, maksudnya dua faktor ni tak jadilah. Maksudnya sperm okey, ovum okey. Yang jadi punya masalah maybe dia ada accident ataupun dia punya uterus punya shape tak sesuai. So ini kena check dengan doktor, lepas tu doktor akan bagi suggestion lagi. Macam mana nak get pregnant lagi. So ini possible lah, jawapan dia possible, boleh dapat pregnant lagi. Okay, I hope it answers your question. Okay, so is there any more question you guys want to know? I'll give you guys another 1 minute or 2 minutes to type out your question. If no, then we may end our session, our science session today. Yeah. Okay, so don't forget to follow our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Okay, we hope this session helps you a lot. And don't forget, later at 4 p.m. we got another session for maths. So yeah, stay tuned. So I guess there's no more question here. Okay, so we'll just end our session here. Okay,